Hello and welcome to another video and the Travelling Coffee Cup. Today's video takes place here, back again, the Southside Viewing Park at Manchester Airport. Why not? Lovely sunny day in March, and I want to come and see the planes. Why not? And we've got dual runway ups to start with. This is going to be a great video, I hope, even with the reduced Middle Eastern carriers at the moment. So let's hit the runway and see what we can get taking off and landing at Manchester Airport on a beautiful Friday lunchtime. A lovely sunny March mid-morning at Manchester Airport. KLM 73 next to depart. And a rare departure on the channel coming up very shortly. Is it Xuan Yao? I think that's how you say it. I don't see them very often on the channel, so it's very nice to see them on this one. Now you will obviously spot a tail fin that doesn't quite belong where it is. Qatar. That's been here since the Iran war started. Don't think she'll be going anywhere anytime soon. Of my Middle Eastern trip, Emirates emailed me yesterday or the day before saying my flight from Dubai to Bahrain is cancelled. Gulf Air is saying I can rebook my flight for May. I'm expecting them to cancel mine any day now. The one airline that is still saying my flight is going is Qatar, and they're saying their schedule's up to the 28th of March. Something tells me that flight's not going either. I went on the app yesterday, and in 3 days' time I can book what food I want on that flight. I'm like, well, I'm not going, so I hope you cancel it. Because the Grand Prix is not on, I can't get to Bahrain, I probably won't be able to get home, so what's the point in going? So hopefully Qatar just cancel it, give me the refund, and we can maybe plan for another Middle Eastern trip in maybe a few years' time when it's all settled down a bit. I've just spotted something. There's not just one Qatar, there's two. I knew that one was there because I saw it the other night, but I didn't know that one was here, so I thought they just moved one, but turns out we've got two. Anyway, Xuan Yao. So with the cancellation of the Middle East trip, I managed to get all the money back for the hotels, that's fine. We are going on holiday, but instead of going with Qatar, we're going with them. Yes, Ryanair. We're going to Spain. I generally can't wait. You know, Ben al Medina, from Bahrain to Ben al Medina, it's quite a drop, but given the current situation, I accept it. But the south side, I mean, it's completely empty. It's just me here. It's weird. And it's a Friday. And it's this quiet. Weird. But I don't actually know if we're going to get any Middle Eastern carriers today, because I know Emirates have been flying out of here, but I don't know if they still do the lunchtime one anymore. Qatar obviously going nowhere anytime soon. Etihad go at like 6 o'clock in the morning, so we've missed them completely. Saudi, I don't know. So yeah, I think it's going to be the low-cost Manchester Airport video today, I think. I mean, I missed the Qatari A380 because I was working that night and I couldn't make it in because I wouldn't have got any sleep. If it returns and we're off, we'll be back for it. But yeah, today's video is a little bit different. Given the way the world is right now, I'm not surprised. I just hope that it gets sorted as soon as possible for the people who are stuck there and for the people who live there, because no one wants to live in a war zone. No one wants to be stuck somewhere that they can't get home from. So I hope it either gets resolved or all the repatriations happen and see what else happens in the future. But yeah, at the minute, I think we're going to be sticking to Europe for holidays for the time being, I think. But, yeah. It's a sad state of affairs, but unfortunately it's the way of the world at the minute. But we're here at Manchester Airport, so let's enjoy some planes, shall we? One takes off, one's also landing. We have dual runway ops, ladies and gentlemen. It is quite misty around the airfield today. Towards Tampa, it looks a bit misty over there. First thing this morning, it was very, very foggy. So, wonder if they're still on low vis ops at Manchester Airport. I don't think they will, because I can see clearly across the airfield, so I think that might have changed. One more thing about that Qatar Dreamliner. That looks like it's on Gate 12, or the old Gate 12 of Terminal 1. But it also looks like it's getting something put on it. Could we see a Qatar takeoff today? Who knows? But it looks like there's a vehicle putting something on and stairs going up to it. And now we have Turkish. Still flying in and out of Manchester on their normal schedule at the minute. Turkish. I'm going to check flight radar 24 to see if there actually is a Qatar flight leaving today, because it's a bit weird. Stairs up to it, an ABM truck. You'll know in about a couple of seconds if there is a flight or not, because I'll come back and tell you. I was going to tell you, but all I'm getting on flight radar is the dreaded yellow circle of doom. So I don't think that's working. Turkish, as you've seen, just arrived in from Istanbul. We have a little bit of SAS on the channel today. Whoopee! And we have Pegasus. So So 2 Turkish carriers following each other in. Very nice. There is the disused Terminal 1. Being used as a plane park at the minute. Air France from Charles de Gaulle just arrived, but a little bit of sass is now leaving the building. And she's away. Air France taxiing to stand. Now, Flight Radar 24 has suddenly started working. Qatar Airways, I just looked and it says unknown. Here's the screenshot to prove it. So I don't know what's happening. Is it going? Is it not? Who knows? But that ABM truck's moving again towards the plane, so I don't know what's happening there. There is a Singapore going. There's a Hainan going, there's a Cathay going, and Saudia. So we've got Saudia, Hainan, Cathay, Singapore. Far East. You know, be fun. They're going to have a lot of those. But what's really cool is, because of how misty it is down there, I can't see what the plane is until it gets pretty much to there. Manchester Airport's chilled out a bit now. Over the next couple of weeks. National Railway Museum is a definite. That's being done. Flying Scotsman could be there, so that'll be quite nice to see. Probably go back to Stockport Station at some point. The trip to and from Spain will be filmed. The train to Seville will also be filmed. So we've got quite a few things to film. After that, who knows? But yeah. Obviously having to make these videos on the fly because I thought I had weeks of filming done, and now it's like, no, I've got to rethink all of this. So the videos are going to be coming out, not the ones that I had planned, so they're being made up on the fly. And I'm actually enjoying it. But yeah, let's see what else comes either down that runway or leaves from there. Because it's got a bit quiet at Manchester Airport right now, and this place, when it goes quiet, not normally a good thing. The unmistakable sight of Lufthansa. Let's do a German airport, see one of their hubs, especially with the new 100-year livery they've got on one of their A380s and 747s. Would love to see that in the flesh. I think they've done it for one of each type of plane they've got. One of them has been here, but as so often is the case, I was either working or asleep when it came in. We've got Swiss on the taxi out, and we've got a very, very big bird on the taxi out too. I think that's Singapore. I'll be able to tell when it tilts a bit. Actually, I can just about tell from the side now. Yeah, that's Singapore. So the first A350 of today's video will be a Singapore one. A very nice one to see as well. But the next plane to see you leave will be Swiss. So, Swiss Airlines to Geneva. Now, when it comes to size comparisons, seeing that next to the A350 was a decent size comparison, but I don't think anything's going to beat this. If this gets a turn and burn in front of the A350, this is going to be a brilliant picture. Please do not go behind those trees, because the A350 is on its way out. But I don't think it's going to be for this private jet, which is readying itself on the runway. Possibly a turn and burn. Not quite. Singapore, stay there. Here we go. Another Turkish carrier, Sun Express. Singapore needs a good run up today, and someone tells me the Jet 2 is about to take its place, so the Jet 2 is going to be next. Two Airbuses, one Boeing in the same picture. Jet 2 is away and clear. There's the man that was shooting the gun off about a couple of minutes ago. But we're going to get a double bill A350 takeoff because we've got Singapore ready to rock and roll. And we've got Virgin taxiing out with nothing in front of it. So we're going to get back-to-back A350 takeoffs. Yes! Beautiful. Singapore's going to give us a textbook takeoff. Here we go. And she is away and clear. His jet's just come in. Tangerine Army. But we have this beauty going next. Trying to burn Virgin style. Yep. The thermometer fuselaged Norwegian 737 will be next. Either that Jet 2 was there first. In terms of departures, we've got Hainan left to go, Cathay left to go, coming in, Saudia. That's all currently planned to come in. There's no lunchtime Emirates. Qatar, I don't think they're going anywhere, to be honest. I think it might have been a practice run, I've no idea. And also we're witnessing one of the last few big Aer Lingus flights out of here, because they're due to leave. I think it's the end of this month, I think. Jet 273 anybody? Speaking of big Aer Lingus A330s departing Manchester Airport, we have one. Beautiful. This site will soon be consigned to the pages of Manchester Airport history. Aer Lingus' decision, not Manchester Airport's. You'll still see Aer Lingus, just not that big. Just show you what's making all that noise. Brussels Airlines. Wonder where that's coming from. So the next thing that you'll see leave will be that beast. For what may be the final time on the channel. And when it is land up to take off, I will be saying absolutely nothing. So let's wait for this big bird to leave. Flying just over there, somewhere, is American Airlines from Charlotte to Gander. Here's the screenshot to prove it. Now, just so we're all aware, Gander is in Canada. So, I don't think Flight Radar 24 is right about that. So either Flight Radar 24 is wrong, or it's very, very far off course. As I've said, well, if I've not said before, here is the screenshot of said Gander flight. Don't know what's happening there, but crack on. Anyway, A330, Aer Lingus, Bridgetown, Barbados. Call a textbook takeoff. But yeah, American Airlines, Charlotte to Gander, and it's flying to the south of Manchester. Don't know what's going on there. Because it says I'm arriving in like 20 minutes. I'm like, if you can get from here to Gander in 20 minutes on that plane, I'll be amazed. Manchester Airport suddenly got a bit quieter now, so we'll wait for the next bit of action, shall we? Can you hear that noise? It's coming, not from a bird, that. That's how you scared the birds away, guys. Like, what is making that awful noise? And I just see all the birds fly off, and I'm thinking, but that's how you get rid of birds from an airfield. You scare them. Like bird distress calls. Clearly works. I guarantee that van will end up over there, and the birds will fly in. They're like, there's no bird in danger now. We're going back. But yeah, a bird inside a jet engine? No. Not a pretty sight, and probably a bit violent for the people on board the plane. I mean, birds hitting a plane engine, there has been one very famous incident that happened, Captain Sullenberger, Hudson River, New York City, lost both engines due to bird strikes. Landed on the Hudson, didn't lose anybody. Miracle. Because planes hitting water doesn't normally end with no one losing their life. So, yeah. That's why they scare them off, and that's why they don't want them anywhere near the planes. And I bet you're thinking, that must be a very massive plane making all that racket. No. It's our Irish contingent, Ryanair. We've got engineering ops now going past. There you go. Water division. Wonder what's going to happen there. We've got a TUI Dreamer on the way out. Let's wait for that to leave, shall we? TUI Dreamer. Ryanair taking the lead. Seven 378. And now we wait for the 787. Going into Finnair. Something tells me the wind's changed, guys, because I can't see anything landing or taking off from this end. There's a very good reason for that, because if I look down here, I think we're getting the takeoffs on this runway. Which is good, because we're going to see a Hainan A330 and hopefully a Cathay Pacific A350 take off right in front of us. The downside is we're not going to see the Saudia until it's literally right on top of us. So this is going to be fun. So something's changed to make them make this decision, but I'm not against it. Crack on. Aer Lingus will be first. The redirection will be videoed. Let's have a look at this. I was right about the Irish going first, but not Aer Lingus. It's Ryanair first, guys. This is going to be loud. felt that rumble. What's the A330 and A350 going to do to me if I can feel a 737 at takeoff thrust? Jeez! This is about to get good. Well, we just had Boeing. How about we have Airbus next? And it is Aer Lingus next. Pending a last minute change for Ryanair. No, it's holding firm. So, Aer Lingus next. Airbus. Coming this side today was a good idea. Give me the A330 now. Both are delayed, but I'll stay for them if they're going to be this close. The two babies of both Boeing and Airbus take off. Nice little bit of a rumble. Something tells me I'm going to be shaking when those two big birds take off. Good news. Hey now, is on its way out. So we're going to get the A330 soon. That's going to be brilliant. Then I'm going to get the A350. I wish Singapore and Virgin had waited now, because that would have been brilliant going down this runway. I'm not a fan of Manchester Airport having delays, but today would have been a great day for a bit of a delay. I haven't been here when the A380 took off going down this runway. Oh my days, that was loud. And brilliant at the same time. And in a way, I can't wait for those days to return. Dual runway ops this way at Manchester Airport is absolutely brilliant. Controversial opinion. I prefer being this side of the runway instead of being the other side. Because look, it's me and nature. I love Concorde. I love the Avro. And the Trident, the Trijet and the Nimrod, but this side's cool. But coming up next, can we see Hainan? Not currently, so it might be just getting dislodged from its tug. You can see a lot of Aer Lingus, Jet 2, Pegasus, TUI, Qatar, more TUI. Jet 2 again, and then Ryanair Central at this end, with a BA Boss on taxi. But I cannot wait to see the A330 Hainan poke its way out of here. BA Boss next. a short hop down to Heathrow. The BA bus is away. We have got a Jet 2 737 awaiting takeoff. Bonnet taxi out now is not that EasyJet that's just landed, but we have officially broken cover at Manchester Airport. Is the Hainan A330 to Beijing. This is going to be loud. And I'm a fan of that livery, I can't lie. When I first saw it I thought, do I like it? But now I actually like that livery a lot. Let me know in the comments, what do you prefer? Hainan or Zhuanyao? I think we're about to get quite the show and quite the sound. Hainan A330, Manchester to Beijing. I've got a feeling this is going to be loud. Birdman's out again. Now that was loud. The power of those jets was unbelievable. But you can just see it taking off right behind me. So, when it comes to big jets we're going to see leave, Cathay A350's left, and Saudi is due to land in the next hour or so. For me, anyway. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. But that was just wow. That was brilliant. Loved it. So Saudia and Cathay are left to go, and then we're going to call it a day. So, we are awaiting the final plane of today's video. We've just had a positioning TUI from Gatwick. We've got an Air France. In fact, I'll show it the other way around. How about Air France taking off back to Charles de Gaulle. TUI's positioning from Gatwick. But somewhere over there is a Saudia Dreamliner. And as soon as it lands, we will see it roll out on the runway, and I will close the video out. So let's see how long it takes to turn up, shall we? Let's see what position these planes are in when it does decide to grace us with its presence. Say its name and it appears. Saudia Dreamliner from Jeddah. And the planes are in that formation now. So didn't have to wait long. But gracefully out of the sunny, cloudy skies of Manchester drops the Dreamliner. And there you have it, guys. The final plane of today's video, the Saudia Dreamliner. That is the end of today's video. I do hope you enjoyed as much as I have, especially getting to see at least one of the Middle Eastern carriers turn up here at Manchester Airport. If you did, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, hit notification bells to miss the video. Me and the Coffee Cup will see you in the next one. And hopefully, next time we're over here, we'll see more Middle Eastern carriers.